Kyria?
Yes.
Can you put your mic on push to talk?
Yeah, sorry, we're getting a nasty echo.
Yeah, every time someone speaks, your mic lights up.
Or if you breathe, even.
Switching now.
Okay. Someone's echoing still. Okay, this is a memorial service for Taleea, or as some of us may have known her as Tara. Tara Anderson was her real name. She was an inspiration to a lot of us, and I can tell from how many people actually showed up today. She was a sweet girl. She always had a smile on her face and was always looking to improve other people's way of thinking. Even when she went into kidney surgery, she said to a friend, only think happy thoughts. With that said, I'm going to let the person doing the eulogy come up and speak. That's Hansu. Hansu, after you.
All right.
User joined your channel.
I want to say thank you, everyone, for showing up to honor the life and memory of Taleea.
User was moved to your channel.
I just hope what I say is adequate enough to properly talk about someone who touched our lives in such a memorable way. Even though I've never met Leah in person, I spent many hours talking with her, and it'll always be a privilege to have known such an amazing and kind-hearted person. First, I would like to share some information with you all about Tara Anderson, not Taleea. Many of you might not be aware that she was studying at the University of Tennessee and was hoping to achieve a double master's degree in forestry and conservation. She was deaf. She never let that hinder her outlook on life. She volunteered every weekend at her local food bank and was a damn good Counter-Strike player who schooled me every time we played together. Tara went by the handle TechPink, which asked her one day how she came up with that.
Channel.
She told me she was a gamer at heart, a tomboy but girly to the max, so she is technically pink.
User joined your channel.
She was an extraordinary friend, guildmate, and person. Taleea had the remarkable ability to instantly put everyone at ease. She was always so approachable, which is why so many people loved her. She always put other people's needs and feelings ahead of herself, getting to know them on a personal level, despite the many hardships she faced on a daily basis. Regardless of her personal situation, she always managed to be cheerful with an awesome outlook on life. This is what I adored most about Leah, her talent to love everyone and be so easygoing. It is remarkable that a friendship can blossom without ever meeting someone physically. Even though we sit behind a computer screen, we are all still people with feelings nonetheless. People who have never played online or even chatted on the internet will never understand this. But the fact remains that an emotional bond can form, and it's evident in our friendship with Taleea. This bond will always be strong, never to be broken, even though she is gone from our daily lives, but not our memories. I know that a lot of people here are hurting, in shock, or stunned at the news of Taleea's passing. We feel this way because she was such a radiant and positive influence in all our lives. She was smart, beautiful, and the best friend
your channel started recording.
anyone can hope to find in their lifetime. Her family, friends, and guildmates truly lost a special person. She was taken away from us far too soon, and I will never understand fully why tragic events like this happen to such wonderful people. It's difficult to know that I won't be talking to her anymore online, but I can only hope she is listening to my thoughts and prayers about how much I miss her. I want to thank her for being such a great friend, giving me such happiness in my life, and teaching me to love people unconditionally. I will always treasure the moments we shared together, the friendships she gave me, and how she made me feel every day. I will miss her forever, and I hope she realized how much she has changed all of our lives for the better. Until we meet again, I will think about you every day for the rest of my life. Your memory will last as long as I breathe, and I will love you always and forever. And that's it.
Thank you.
That was very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hansu. Would anyone like to come up and say a few words? Rakavi, I know you wanted to come up.
Thank you. First of all, thank you very much, Hansu. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Now let's try this without crying for the video, eh? Tally was our best and our brightest star. She shone like no other. We all count ourselves lucky to have known her, to have been guided by her, and most of all, to have been loved by her. Her heart was as big as any planet and matched only by her wicked sense of humour. As Estee has asked me to point out, she would always bring a smile and a laugh to your face when all that you felt you could do was cry. Tally would not want tears. She would not want to see us in pain. She was our sister, and we are all daughters of the Force. We stood together at her side, and she shall forever stand by ours. Through the long days and years to come. Tally, you are loved. And so long as we all shall live, you shall not be forgotten. You are eternal. And Estee would like me to say
User
the following.
disconnected from your channel.
These are her words, not mine, but she doesn't have a microphone, as we all know. I will not mourn Tally. I will celebrate her life, and I will honour her
User
memory
joined your channel.
by always living my life to the full and letting nothing hold me back from finding joy. Thank you everyone for coming today. It means so much to her, and it means so much to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Rakavi.
Well, that's undignified trying to jump back up, isn't it?
Would anyone else like to come up and say a few words? Nalina, you knew her very well. Would you like to come up and say a few words?
User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
I guess I can say something.
Sure, if you would like.
I'm not really that good with words, but all I can really say
User
is
in your
that
channel timed out.
Tally, while she's not here with us now, she'll always be in our hearts, and that she will always be loved and always remembered. She's never a memory forgotten, and she was precious to us all in one way or another. And I will always remember and love her. And I know that she would want us all to remember the good times and not be sad.
Thank you. Life is very precious, and this has shown all of us that it comes too quick when the time comes. You never know how it's going to come or when it's going to come. But it's definitely
timed out.
But it's definitely for the best that you treat people the way Taleea treated people. She treated them with respect and always had a smile on her face, and always tried to put a smile on your face no matter how down or up you may have been. She would always try to make you even happier than what you already were.
User entered your channel.
She was a sweet person that was gone way before her time. I'm sorry to see her go, and I'm glad that so many have come out to say goodbye to her. It just shows how much she was loved and respected. With that said, would anyone like to come say a few words before we disembark?
Yeah, me.
Go ahead, John.
I just wanted to say that Taleea was an awesome person. She would give her own shirt to help out somebody in the guild. She's just one of a kind. She's in a better place. She's looking down on us all. And I know for a fact she would want us to move on. Sorry. Sorry, I'm crying a little bit. But I know we all loved her. And we're always going to be thinking about her. We are united as one. And I hope it stays like that. Who's ever in here now, we will always be family. And I'm sorry she had to go like that. She's always in our hearts. That's all I have to say.
Would anyone else like to speak a few words before we...
Octavia is typing something.
User in your
Octavius.
channel started recording.
Go ahead, Octavius. Sure, that would be fine.
Beautiful quote.
Very nice, Octavia.
If you would like, I could actually share Tara's favourite quote.
Go ahead.
It's by Thomas Paine. And it's a little bit cut down, it's not the full quote. But it's, what we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. And that's the way she lived. Also, her own personal quote was, "I'm deaf, not stupid." And I think we can all take that with us.
This would be a time that she would want us to actually rejoice her life and not mourn her death. That was the type of person she was when she was here with us, and I think that's how we should always remember her, is rejoicing her life. Living. Go ahead.
Tal was the kind of person that would sign on to TeamSpeak just so that way everyone else would feel comfortable. She was one that would always make you laugh. She couldn't talk on TeamSpeak, but she would do it anyways, just to make you smile.
I believe her words were warm and fuzzy.
And she is the reason for me being on the game. So many times I would have left the game just for her. I stayed just because she was the kind of person that made it worth staying for. Sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about.
Never apologize.
Might I say a few words?
Go ahead.
There are very few times when any of us play games that we remember any of the people who we played with.
User in your channel timed out.
There are very few times where any of us actually still talk with anybody who we played a game from 6-8 months ago. I'm glad to have actually met Ellie. She's somebody who I'll remember. I didn't know her as well as some of the other people, but I always knew that she was always willing to help where help was needed. And she would do it without question and without any sort of regard for herself. She was selfless, and that's something that a lot of us aspire to be, hopefully. I'm always glad to have known her, and she would always take time to respond to any time I would say hi, and that's something that I really do appreciate.
User joined your channel.
She was always positive. She was always happy.
User
if I was in a
your
bad
channel
mood,
timed out.
she'd put me in a good mood with a joke or something like that.
User entered your channel.
Someone like that really sticks with you. It's someone who you'll remember. And I'll always remember her, even though she's no longer with us. And if you look around, you see how many people she touched. There's got to be 90-something, a lot of people here, and every single one of them is here for her. We'll all remember her for the friend that she was, and the great person that she'll always be to us. Thank you.
No problem. Would anyone else like to say a few words?
I would like to say something, but I don't know if I can do it.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Just, this really broke me up, you know. Like Alex, you know, I didn't really know her a long time, but she did join our strike team a few months ago, so I was honored to play, you know, every Wednesday and Thursday on our strike team, and she made you want to log in. you knew she was going to do something crazy. She was going to heal you, but she was going to do something else. She was going to threaten you. She was going to poke you. She was going to do something, and she really made you want to log in. And there was times when people were, hey, let's do a hard mode flashpoint. Oh, I'm not in the mood. And Taleea's like, well, I'll be healing. Okay, you know what? I will, because I know it's going to be a blast. Whether we wipe or not, it won't matter. It'll just be fun. And that's, like someone else, that's just what she brought. And it's amazing that she couldn't hear, she couldn't speak, but whatever she would type, you just knew where she was, and she was so engaging and just so gifted. I will miss her. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, Jerem. Would anyone else like to say a few words?
I would.
Go ahead, Desker.
Tally was as unique as a snowflake, though by far not as delicate. And her smile was more warming than an array of sunshine sparkles. She had a voice that never had a sound, but when she spoke, everyone listened. She would go to the ends of the earth to achieve her goals. She strove to accomplish all her passions. Her life inspired us all in some way or another. It inspired me to look past the bleakness of the world and see the beauty in everyone and everything. She loved many of us, some better than others, but I never saw anyone who she deemed worthy of her ire. The beauty inside of her exceeds all of the beauty in the world. Sorry, I have more, but I can't really seem to collect myself to say it.
No problem. Would anyone else like to say a few words? Okay, with that said, as I mentioned earlier, her family would like us to donate to one of the organizations that Taleea or Tara uh, worked at. She worked at 3 organizations that did great work, and as Weiler or Hansu said earlier, she donated a lot of her time to the food bank. I want to put the 3 that her family gave me, and you can donate to any of the 3. And when you donate, just put Tara Anderson as the person that the reason you're donating. Those are the
No
3
whisper
that
target
her
found.
family said she donated her time to. Feel free to donate if you want, and if you have the money, or you don't have to. It's not required in any way. It's just a way of giving back to Tara if you so choose. Sure.
Oh, Tally loved a good flyby, by the way.
She did always pop it whenever she could.
In the Daughters of the Force, our ops were always scoundrel heavy, usually with a couple of gunslingers as well. So when it came time to it, we usually had a good 5 or 6 flybys going on. It was always a sight to see.
All this.
User disconnected from your channel.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
User
Thank you for
disconnected
having
from
us.
your channel.
No problem.
Thanks for putting this together, Pablo. And
User
Yes.
disconnected
Hansu.
from your
Thank you,
channel.
Pablo.
Thank
It
you,
was,
Pablo.
Thank you.
it was
She sounded like an
Hansu
amazing
and Nalina who also helped.
User disconnected
All
from
three
your
of us
channel.
put it together.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you.
very much.
User disconnected
Condolences,
from your
guys.
channel. User
She's in our
disconnected from your
prayers.
channel. User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel. User left your channel. User entered your channel. User left your channel. User disconnected from your channel. Disconnected from your channel.
Did someone cast inspiration? Because I'm feeling a little depressed.
User disconnected from your channel.
Forgive my bad joke.
User
It's
disconnected
okay.
from your
Actually,
channel.
I didn't. I don't know if you're. I didn't.
User
No,
disconnected
I
from your
Infinity
channel. User
or
disconnected
Republic
from your
Vanguards
channel.
can do for
User
Daughters of the
disconnected from your
Force
channel.
in any way. Just reach out to any one of us.
User disconnected from your channel.
Okay.